So guys, we did it. We got him on the blacklist, though I can't claim full responsibility. However, some good Samaritan decided to put some time into a Google Doc who exposed the cornball, which is great because I get more content to make fun of this homunculus, and he gets called out for the 6th or 7th time. At this point, this guy should be thanking me and whoever made this doc because we're the only ones keeping him relevant at all. And since some of you have a life unlike this guy, I'm going to go over the key point content in the doc in a somewhat comprehensive manner so you don't have to. Also, feel absolutely free to pause the video at any time to read, as I'll be flashing a lot of DMs on screen. By the way, here are the supposed crimes that got him on the blacklist. Yikes. Starting off strong on the doc is a screenshot of him messaging someone with what I can only assume is regarding their behavior. Each one of those censorship marks are color-coded, by the way. Feel free to pause to look, but just know they are someone who is related to or is close to the person in question, and even one is color-coded to where they work. The context behind this isn't fully explained, but under no circumstances any person deserve this type of message. And frankly, this type of thing, regardless, comes off as stalkerish and really obsessive. The next thing on the doc is him faking the 3 ODs to 3 different women, which I mentioned last video. I further mentioned that these screenshots are what got him banned from both the VTubers Rivals Discord and the Respawn Point, which is a big collab server run by well-known figure Yoka Siri. The next screenshot shows him tweeting out, essentially deflecting his actions as quote-unquote VTubers wanting drama, downplaying the actual gravity of the situation by making a nothing burger of a statement on his ban. The next section of this doc are a little convoluted as they are kind of hearsay, but the general gist of the situation is that at some point during his stay at the Rivals Org Discord, he gained some sort of stalker who was tracking his online movements, which I guess he tweeted about for some reason, which is kind of weird because aren't you just giving the person stalking you the gratification of attention? Regardless, the author of the doc later stated that it never went further than hate watching streams and Q sniping. He also adds that the only reason it was noted at all was to show Boasty's framing of the situation as entirely questionable. The third part of the doc goes over another instance of him talking to another female. Shocker! I know. It describes a chain of events where he was in a call in the Respawn server I previously mentioned, and notably mentions that other people in the call were concerned whether a girl of interest was comfortable or not. Later that day, a group was made with the girl of interest, Boasty, and another unknown person, where she confirmed she was indeed made uncomfortable. The author also notes that Boasty at some point before this had DM'd the girl of interest saying, I quote, "I want to put a baby in you," which is ironic since this is the same guy. But I digress. The girl of interest would later make a complete 180 on her stance, which is interesting to say the least. It's also worth noting that the third person got talked down from reporting this behavior to the mods of the Respawn server, thus causing the entire situation to blow over entirely to Boasty's advantage. The following section of the doc goes over Boasty's repetitive behavior of lashing out and then backpedaling. The screenshots are quite extensive for this section, and for time's sake I won't go into too much depth. They will be displayed on screen as they pertain to very separate instances. One of them where it shows him lashing out at someone starting to have a panic attack, which I really shouldn't explain why that's bad, but hey, my prefrontal cortex also decides to take the day off sometimes too. The next part of the doc is my favorite because it follows my favorite trait of Boasty's. That's right, lying about stuff that absolutely never happened. Essentially, it goes over that Boasty isn't a VA or a lyricist like he claims, and isn't credited to any works under his stage name or his legal name. He claimed to have worked on a song with sexual themes with an artist as well, but the author goes on to note that the song's release date would have been when he was a minor. Well, so when he was 7. Again. The author also goes on to point out that Boasty claims to have killed, count it, 2 people, which is rich because this is the same guy that shares the same name with the co-founder of Ben & Jerry's. And no, that's not doxing because he's the same guy that posted his own name a year ago when he was begging for money. Like, next time, at least beg for it in front of the hose so I can throw it at your feet like a peasant, dude. Like, come on. Oh, and don't worry, we're not done, since he also went on record saying that he had a Yale scholarship and that he has a multi-million-dollar house being built in Miami, which is also where my favorite line of the whole doc is written in regards to the house. And I quote, "He is also extremely broke all the time, not to mention the fact that he is in fact a shut-in with no income at least during the summer of 2025. Which is just the cherry on top next to the fact that I got a mention in this doc for the video I made. So thanks for that. Also want to note that more info came out from Pippers of DMs showing him making a statement that it was okay to make fun of various topics I cannot say for the sake of my channel getting sent to the Shadow Realm. But here's the DMs. Additionally, Boasty also tweeted out that he would make a statement to the doc implying things were being taken out of context. Just when you thought it couldn't get lower, he just keeps proving us wrong. I genuinely do not know. Nothing surprises me anymore with this guy. I really don't know what he could do to surprise me next, but I am hoping that his response is completely golden. Anyways, if you like the video, subscribe, or else you'll get this DM from this guy tonight. You don't want that, so just do me a favor.